Aiden had always been different from the moment he could read. Numbers, words, and patterns came alive in his mind. Teachers called him gifted, friends called him brilliant, and family expected him to do great things. And yet, despite all the praise and accomplishments, Aiden felt a constant weight pressing on his shoulders. Every morning, he would wake up in his minimalist apartment, the sun spilling through the blinds, and feel a twinge of anxiety. The world saw him as confident and capable, but inside, he was often paralyzed by choices and what-ifs. Each decision felt like a test, each success felt temporary, and each failure, though rare, felt catastrophic. He realized that being smart didn't mean being free at work. Aiden was a star. His colleagues sought his advice, his boss depended on him, and yet he often stayed late, staring at the same spreadsheets, solving problems that never seemed to end. The more he achieved, the higher the expectations grew. It was a paradox. The very thing that set him apart, his intelligence, had become a chain. One evening, exhausted, he wandered aimlessly through the city. Neon lights reflected off wet streets, and the muffled sounds of life continued around him. He felt invisible, even though everyone knew his name. In a quiet park, he noticed an elderly artist sitting on a bench, painting the falling rain onto a small canvas. The colors were messy, imperfect, yet they radiated freedom and life. Aiden approached and asked, "How do you stay so free, even with the rain, the cold, and everything?" The artist smiled gently, eyes twinkling. "The mind is a tool, young man, but even the sharpest mind can rust if it is never rested. Intelligence is nothing without patience, without play, without mistakes. You are not your achievements." Something clicked inside Aiden. He realized he had been chasing perfection, approval, and results, and in doing so, had trapped himself. For the first time in years, he allowed himself to pause. Over the next few weeks, he experimented. He picked up hobbies he had abandoned, like sketching and playing the guitar. He laughed with friends without thinking about work. He made small mistakes, and for the first time, he didn't feel like a failure. Every step reminded him that life wasn't just about solving problems, it was about experiencing them. Aiden also explored mindfulness, spending early mornings sitting by the lake, observing the ripples and the wind in the trees. He journaled, not to record achievements, but to understand his emotions. Slowly, the feeling of being stuck faded. He started taking bold decisions in his career, not because they were expected, but because they aligned with what he truly wanted. One rainy evening, he returned to the park where he met the artist. The canvas was gone, replaced by the quiet sound of water dripping from leaves. Aiden realized that the freedom he sought had been inside him all along. It was not a destination, but a state of mind. By the end of his journey, Aiden was not just intelligent, he was resilient, self-aware, and creative. He understood that feeling stuck was not a failure, but a signal to slow down, reflect, and reconnect with oneself. And most importantly, he realized that life's beauty lay in the imperfect, the unexpected, and the moments when one allows themselves to simply be. Aiden smiled, feeling lighter than he had in years. The city, the rain, the people, they were all still the same, but he had changed. And in that change, he found freedom.